Okay, so I compiled your code and it seems to work very well. I'm just checking the find lowest, right? So let's run it really quickly just to prove the point. Okay, enter 50. I don't know if you can see this. There we go. Now we can. 50, 60, 2, blah blah blah, this, and the lowest is 2. Great. And it even works, which is a problem I'm having. It works when two numbers are the same. See? Okay, so it works fine. You have a prototype saying that the function will take two integers, okay, and then you have the definition, and we have a passed by value, so we're making a copy into score A capital A and score B capital B, right, and then it's going to return whichever is smallest. Great. Now another way, and then we enter the the 5 scores, and we have a lowest integer, and we enter each one of these one at a time. Another way I could do this, I mean, it's not going to make any difference. Okay, you see how you have find lowest between these two and it'll return either or? Well, if we put that in parentheses, that is now one number. It's either score 1 or score 2. We can compare it against score 3. So now it's this value and this value that we're comparing. Put that in parentheses and dump it into find lowest, because now it's going to run this inside, find the lowest, and then it's going to run this. And now we put that in parentheses also, because it's just this whole entire thing will just boil down to one value, and we're going to compare it with score 4. Okay, and we're going to dump that into our find lowest function, and all of that is going to basically be one integer, and we're going to dump that, we're going to compare that with score 5, and find lowest out of this huge expression. And when it does find lowest, it's going to dump it into lowest integer. Okay, and then it's going to see out the lowest. Let's see if this marmalade works. 50, 60, 32, 90, 2, 2, 2, 2. Lowest is 32. Yes, it is. Awesome. See, that works. And this is a great segue to something called recursive functions. This is actually really, really cool. Alright, let me look at your second part of your code and I'll get back to you. Yeah, I think I see it. So you have all this. Okay, so get score, fine. That just gets a score. But then, okay, and then it gets you, right now you have 5 scores and a lowest. But then what does calc average do? If you could send me your, I would think that something needs to be passed in this calc average if it's supposed to calculate the average. I would do something like, okay, let's do another, it's going to this calc average is going to return an integer, right? It's going to return the average. Calc average, okay. And I think here it's going to have to be passed in like score 1, score 2, score 3, score 4, score 5, and maybe even lowest, which is also an int. That way when it does the work, okay, now you just copy the prototype, make a new header right here, and now we're going to need names. So it's A, B, C, D, E, and low. And what this function is going to do, it's going to take A plus B plus C plus D plus E, and it's gonna take away the lowest, right? And it's going to, oh, so once it does that, I just want it to return the result. Right, that should do. So then if you now call, so at this point you have 5 scores that are inside of these variables. They're somewhere in the memory and they have a number after we entered with the C in. And after this line, lowest has been calculated. So here at this point, there's 5 values in score 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and a value in lowest. We're going to need to use all of that by saying calc average. We're going to pass in our score 1, score 2, score 3, score 4, all of these guys. And also we're going to pass in lowest. Okay. And this is going to, let's just see out. This will you know, boil down to a number. It'll evaluate to a number, so we can just see it out. It'll evaluate to whatever it returned. And let's see. Okay, so let's see if this works. It should compile and work, right? Okay, let's do something easy. So let's see, average of 20 and 40, we already got 30, and 30, that's 30, and 60 and 50, that'll be 40, and the lowest number that's going to be taken away. So lowest is, oh yeah, I didn't skip the line, so lowest is 2, and the average, something is wrong. Oh, because it's not calculating the average. It's calculating right now A plus B plus C plus D plus E minus the lowest. All of this needs to be divided by 4. Alright, and we're going to skip a line just so we can see what's going on between the two. Okay, now I think I got it. So let's see, average of 150, that's 75, and another 75, that's 75, and like 90, that's 80, and if we put a 5, 78, I don't know if that's, let's double check. Dude, this is not good. Okay, I can't open my calculator. Let me pause this. I guess it was correct, it's 78.5, but since it's just an integer, it's 78, so that works. Sorry, math in the morning. Alright,